Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford, Salina, Kansas. In this week's video, we're going to talk about the productivity screen on your 2021 Ford F-150. Specifically, we're going to talk about the 8-inch productivity screen that is included in your XLT trim 301A and 302A. Most of the vehicles right now on the road are the XLT trim with so much equipment that's included in the 302A equipment group right now. That's about what we're seeing out on the roads right now. So I thought it'd be a great opportunity for us to cover the 8-inch productivity screen in the 2021 Ford F-150 in this week's Tech Tuesday with Tim. So let's dive right in. Now, the 8-inch productivity screen is what you're going to find on the 2021 F-150 for the XLT trim with a 301A or 302A equipment group, which is primarily most of your XLTs and really probably 80% of the F-150s on the road right now in the 2021 model year are this trim with this productivity screen. So I thought it'd be a great opportunity to cover this screen. Now the XL trim as well as the XLT 300A will get a 4-inch productivity screen. So if you want to know how that's going to work, it is going to have a few less features in that screen. You can check out a video I did last year in the 2020 F-150. Even the XLT trim got the 4-inch productivity screen. There are some limited features for this year because most everything they moved into the touchscreen here. So whether you have the 8-inch touchscreen or the 12-inch like this 302A equipment group, a lot of the features that are normally included in the productivity screen in the past have been moved over to here. So all your driver assist features, all your vehicle settings, your checklist for your towing, connection, that's all been moved over to the touchscreen now, and you can get a lot more information there. We have some other features that are included in the 8-inch productivity screen that you can find there, but just make it easier for you to get to so you can have your hands on the steering wheel and be able to keep your eyes on the road for the most of the time. So let's go through this and talk about this. At the top, you're going to see your, of course, your fuel, or I mean your liquids there, your display there for that, so you can see your coolant, your oil pressure and such at the top, along with your fuel economy up there, your fuel tank up there. Lovely that Ford doesn't give us much gas when we get into these, but this one does have a few miles, so this has been driven, and we have a few miles here. I need to fill it up. In the middle is where you're going to see whatever different display you're wanting right there, and we're going to talk more about how you're going to change that. There right now it says fuel economy in that screen there, and then below that is where you're going to see information. That'll pretty much stagnant in the vehicle. Depends on if you have the lane keeping system on or not. So in this case, lane keeping system is on. You see that truck right there in the middle with the lines on both sides. So as we get going, if those lines will light up green or red if it sees the lines on either side of the vehicle. So that way you know whether or not it's actually seeing that, so whether or not you need to be paying more attention there. And then to the left of that is where you're going to see the auto high beams are activated right now, as well as lane keeping system is activated. To the right, you're going to see the digital miles per hour. Now if I deactivate the lane keeping system, so I'm going to press the button and I'm going to shut that off, you're going to see the miles, the digital miles per hour is moved to the middle, and you don't have the car there. And then, so if I press that, turn that back on, that car is going to come back on there, and it's going to move the digital miles per hour over to the right side. On the bottom, you're going to see your miles that you've driven, and then you're in the middle, of course, you're going to be what gear you're in, and then to the right is going to be how many miles to empty you have there. So that's where that's all located right there. Now I do have the vehicle turned on, so you do see a couple warning lights. Just don't worry about those. That's just because I don't have the vehicle turned on in this building. I don't want to gas myself out here, so that's why I just have it in accessory mode right now. So now in the middle, so we're going to talk about your display. We're going to use these buttons right here on the screen, so I'll show you a close-up of those just briefly. So you do have a back button on the left, you have a menu on the right, and you have arrows up and down and an OK button. So we can get to these pretty quickly using these buttons right here and go through and that's how you're going to go through the productivity screen right here. So those are the buttons we're going to be using. So first we're going to do is we're going to hit the menu button, and you're going to see the main menu there, and it shows you your My View, it shows you your trip, fuel, the truck info, towing, it shows your navigation, your phone, your audio, your settings. So we're going to go through each of these. Those are categories here, and we're going to show you what features are in each category. If you click in the OK button and go into My View, you do see some little dashes to the right. If you look real quick, there it just disappeared. Those are where you know you have different options of going up and down. So that way you know that you can use the arrows to go up and down instead of having to go to the back or hit menu again. So right now we notice there were 3 dashes, so they're going to be 3 different screens. So right now on the top is the fuel economy. So instead of hitting, I can see that right there. If I go down, now I have my trip there. If I go down again, now I have where I can configure that. So we're going to hit, it says there to press OK to add or remove screens. So I'm going to press OK. And you can see there's some options. I have a calm screen option. I have a fuel economy option. You do have to have at least 2 checked. So it won't let you uncheck one until you've checked a 3rd option. So we have trip 1, we have trip 2, tire pressure, seat belts, off-road. I'm going to click the off-road there, and power distribution, we're going to click that as well. There's an eco coast. Let's go ahead and click that, and then there's your trailer light status and you're now playing. So now if we go through, let's just uncheck the fuel economy just so you can see that there's a difference there. We can do that. Now if we go ahead and hit back button, you can see now there's more dashes to the right, and right now it's on eco coach because we were at the bottom, and that was what was above it. So if we move up, you can see there's our power distribution, there's our off-road, there's our trip 1, and we took out the fuel economy. So that's pretty cool how that shows. So that way you can just, in My View, just move down to things that you see frequently or you want to see easily, so that way you don't have to get in here and try to find them and go over, oh, I need to the eco coach, I got to go, where is that located again, and you have to try to find them, or I got to go to the truck to find this or that, or off-road to find that. Now you can have those quickly right through here and just hitting the up and down arrows for that. So let's go back to menu, and that's part of the My View. So if we go down to trip and fuel, you will find some of these other options there. There's your fuel economy. So we have fuel economy, trip 1, trip 2, eco coach. We have auto start stop and now playing. So that's what's under the fuel. Now if I click the OK button, it's going to go into fuel economy. Now you see the dashes on the right. That means we're going to be able to use our arrow keys to go up and down through those. So fuel economy there. If I move down, we do have trip 1. If I move down again, we have trip 2, and move down, we have the eco coach. We really valuable to use this when we have a hybrid vehicle, but even if you go in the eco mode, this will really help you out and it'll coach you and see how well you're doing there. Move down, auto start stop. Right now we don't have the vehicle turned on. If we did, it would tell us that the auto start stop is activated because it does that on every engine cycle. But then if we hit the auto start stop button and deactivate it, it'll show us on that screen that it's been deactivated. And then you do have what's now playing. Right now we have it on the FM at 96.9, one of my favorite radio stations here in town. So there you go. So then we move back up, we're back up to fuel economy. So we're going to hit menu again. So that's the trip and fuel settings and how those work. And we hit the truck info settings. So we click OK there. And then we see tire pressure, we have off-road, power distribution, engine information, and seat belts. See just a few things there. So if we click in the tire pressure, and again we have the hash marks to the right so we know we can go up and down. That shows us our tire pressure on all the tires. So we have 37 on 2 front ones. Looks like that the driver's side rear is a little low, but not too bad, but you can see your tire pressure. If I move down, now we go to the off-road capability. So where's the tilt? They're on the right, so you can see if you're on a hill and you're on a tilt. Then on the front, if you have that up and down, especially if you have a trailer in there, if you have a payload in the back of the bed, you can see how it's affecting the angle there for your truck, so you can see where your weight's being distributed there. Move down there, you can go power distribution. Of course, if I'm in 2-wheel drive mode there, then of course the rear wheels will be lit up. So what will happen is those boxes on the outside of those wheels will light up a dark blue, I believe, maybe a green, and show you where that power is being distributed. If you go into 4 high, then it's going to show you all 4 of those boxes should light up and show you that's where the power is being driven to the front or the rear wheels that way. Moving down, you do have your engine information, so what oil life we have left. Good to know that information. So if I need to get an oil change, you have your hours, engine hours. That means it's how long it's been turned on, and then you have your idle hours there. Go on down, we do have seat belts. Pretty cool little feature here, just some great information. So right now it says nobody has their seatbelt on. There's a little person over there with the seatbelt on with the 0, means nobody has their seatbelt on. But if I go and put my seatbelt on, you can see how the car, watch that truck. As soon as I put that seatbelt on, boom, that green, that driver's seat goes to green with a check mark. So that looks really really nice, and then you'll see the 1 to the left over there. So if you, of course, it'll go off if you don't have your seatbelt on, if the driver or front passenger, if there's weight over there and they don't have their seatbelt on, it's going to alert you of that, but those in the back, it will not. So it's kind of nice to know, so you can say, hey Johnny, your seatbelt's not on, I can tell that. And you can look here without having to look back, you can see that. So it's a cool information. I don't know how much people will use it, but that's right there as well. Backed up the tire pressure. So hit the menu again, go on down to towing, hit the OK button. There's only 3 things here. You have your trailer information, your trailer light status, and your towing status. There's more information in towing when you go to features on your touchscreen. So go to features and towing. You're going to see more information over there. This is just some of the basic information while you're driving that you might need to know. So if I click the OK to go into information, then you're going to see any kind of trailer information to the current trailer that you're driving. So what's the distance, what's your trailer gain, what's your fuel economy, that kind of thing with that trailer. If I go down, you have trailer light status. We don't have a trailer hooked up, so it says no trailer detected. So that's seeing that those lights are not hooked up there. And then move on down, you do have the towing status. Now this is good information. This does have the integrated trailer brake controller, so you can see the gain there on the left. And then also you do have the distribution there, or your weight distribution there. So if you have a trailer hooked up, you can see what it's doing to your truck and whether or not you have too much weight back there. You get that information right there on that screen, as well as on to the right there is going to be your left and right for it as well. So that's pretty cool information to have. And I think those are the 3 things we have. Yep, back up to trailer information. So just a couple things there. If you want more information on towing, again, you refer to the touchscreen over here. Moving down, we have navigation. Again, this is just the basic information. We do have navigation on this vehicle on this screen. If you don't have navigation, you will not have that setting in there, but anything has navigation. Of course, you see a lot more features when you go to the menu on navigation than what we're going to see over here, but this is really just some of the basic information to keep your hands on the road, eyes on the road, and get you what you need to the fastest. So if I go into OK, to the navigation, you see there is home. You notice there's no heart hash marks over the side, because you can't just go into these and go up and down. You actually have to go back to these individual screens. If I have a home setting, when I click OK, it'll actually show me that the home, where the home is, and let me show you that. But we don't have any, so that's not put in there. So that way you can navigate to your home. Click that, hit set as your destination, and you're good to go. Same way on previous destinations. So if maybe you set up some destinations, you're on a road trip and you set maybe a restaurant, and then maybe you're going out to a movie and you set those in there as destinations. If you need to go back to the hotel or something, it would maybe show up as your previous destination, and you can find those easier than having to put them in manually, and using a touchscreen or voice commands can come in handy. Also as favorites, you can add favorites to there. So again, as an example, if you're on that trip, you have the hotel saved in there, maybe a couple of restaurants you want to hit, you can add those as favorites, and it'd be real easy to find those when you're on your road trip. POI, points of interest nearby. So if I click on that, you're going to see gas stations. So click on gas stations. It takes a little while for it to come up, depends on how many gas stations you have, but it'll show you the nearest gas stations. Comes in real handy. Again, quick reference items here, easy to get to, so they can just boom, set those as your destination, and then move on and start driving, and get your eyes back on the road and your hands back on the steering wheel. That's the whole goal behind these quick references right here. Food's the same way, ATM, hotel. So if you know the hotel is close, or maybe you're getting tired on driving, what's the nearest hotel? I just need a night to sleep and get back on the road, then you can find those quick and easy here, set them as your destination, and again, get your eyes back on the road real easy and quick. So again, these are just the productivity screen. What Ford's done is they've taken all the stuff that takes your eyes off the road for the most part and moved it over here, making you almost pull over, have a passenger help you with those, and make the items here in the productivity screen quick items that you can get to and get your eyes back on the road quickly. Again, keeping safety at the top of the list there. Now if we go back to main menu and go down to phone, don't have a phone paired here, but if I did, so I'm not going to click into it, but if I do have a phone paired, it'll have your phone book in there, it'll have your favorites, it'll have recent calls, those kind of things, just like with the navigation we did see. So that way you can go ahead and click on that phone book, click on that and go down to the name you need to, click on it, and it can make that call. I recommend not using that. I recommend using the voice commands. Call whoever, because if your phone book's in there it's going to be able to recognize that, and then you can go ahead and do that by voice command instead of going through there and trying to go down, 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 keeping your eyes here instead of on the road. Instead, you can use the voice command. You can do it while your eyes on the road. That's what I recommend, and not using this, but you can do it through here if you want to. Audio. 3 options here, and this is basically just switching it from AM to FM to Sirius XM. That's the only options you have here. Otherwise, you use the presettings that are here. And that's what I recommend. If you have favorite radio stations or Sirius satellite stations that you want to get to quickly while you're driving, use the arrow buttons down here to be able to find those stations quickly. Those are going to be your presettings. Those are what those arrows are, the left and the right arrow down here underneath the Chrome button right there. And then going back, you do have settings. So if I go down to settings, there's one setting in here, vehicle maintenance. If I click OK, you're going to find 2 things we've already covered: oil life and tire pressure. So there's your oil life. Got to go back, we didn't see any hash marks, and then your tire pressure is right there. So again, we can find those under other areas. Tire pressure I think was under off-road, and then of course your oil life I think was under your fuel economy section there. But again, most of your settings are located over here. So there's a quick tutorial on this system, very easy to use. Go ahead and save your My Views. That's what you're going to use most of the time, and then go through those what you need to right there. That's a very quick tutorial. So I hope you got a lot of use out of this. Again, this is probably going to be the most common productivity screen on the F-150. It is a productivity screen we see again on the XLT with the 301A or 302A equipment group, which 302A now is about like Lariat equipment other than leather. And so that's why you're going to see a lot of XLT 302As ordered out there on the road, and they're going to have this productivity screen. So hopefully this really helps you out. I'll also be doing some videos on the other productivity screens. We do have an XL in stock, so maybe next week I'll do the 4-inch, but they're going to look a lot like this. They're going to have a lot of different settings. I do like the 8-inch touchscreen, or 8-inch, I keep calling it touchscreen, the 8-inch productivity screen. I do like that look better than the 4-inch, so I think you'll like it as well. So hopefully I got a lot of use out of this video. If you have any questions whatsoever, drop them down in the comments. I will respond to those, and I've been watching this along with you. So if you go ahead and drop those down real quickly, I'll be able to answer those right now if you want to. But if you're watching this after it's gone live, go ahead and drop those down. I read those, try to respond to those. And if you have some questions that maybe make a good video, I'll use that and do a shout out to you and actually go ahead and do a video on that different feature. So looking for different Tech Tuesday videos, so go ahead and drop those down in the comments. Also, if you first time watching one of our videos, you may enjoy our other videos and our Tech Tuesday videos that are every Tuesday as well. So hit that red subscribe button down there so you can get subscribed to our YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell there. You'll get notified the next time another video uploaded to our YouTube channel. If you did like the video, go ahead and smash that like button. Helps the video out, lets other people know as well. It's a good video. Recommend this video to them. If they're looking at the productivity screen information, then it'll kind of help that video get in front of them as well. And then if you have a friend that you know has this vehicle that they might enjoy this video, hit that share button, and you can share it off to your favorite social media websites, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it might be, and you can share it that way. You can even share it via text, I believe, if you hit that share button if you're on a mobile phone. So go ahead and share that video out as well. And again, thanks for watching this video. Really appreciate it. And don't forget to be looking for our Tech Tuesday videos in the future. And we have some other walk around videos as well. So if you do like walk around videos, we have a Mustang GT video that I'm working on. I should be have that. I'm still editing that one, but hopefully by the end of the week we'll see that video go live, as well as I'm working on a Roush off-road video, and who knows what else comes into the dealership in the next week that you may see come as a video this week. So again, thanks for watching this video. Until the next one, we'll see you later.